So in this video we're going to be learning about how to add a PC sync port to the A7 cameras, because with the new A7IV camera unfortunately there isn't a PC sync port. But before we begin this video, I want to apologize because I made a video saying that how the A7IV almost ruined the photo shoot for me because the pocket wizards wouldn't work on it. But that was all completely user error. I went to the same studio again today and I got the pocket wizards working with the camera. The problem was that the hot shoe on the new A7IV is a little bit smaller than the regular hot shoes on the previous generations of the camera. So you pretty much you can't just put it on there and work. You kind of have to push it in really hard and tighten it really hard. And then the pocket wizards work on the A7IV. So that was all my fault. But still, in the end, I learned a lot about the camera. So I want to share with you guys some of the new stuff I learned where if you have any troubles with the camera, for example, not working with certain flashes, or if you need a PC sync port, in this video we're going to learn how. So first of all, why would you want a PC sync port? So if you look at any of the A7R, A9, and I believe the A1 cameras, they all have this thing called the PC sync port. And most professional photography cameras usually have this right here. And what it does is that it allows you to sync up your camera with different flashes and triggers to use, strobes or flashes around the studio. Normally you can just use a wireless trigger. Like for my Sony cameras, I like to just use Godox triggers because I have all Godox lights, and those lights are pretty inexpensive and they also work really well with it. So as you can see, this says Godox trigger right here, and you can just plug it into your camera. And when you do that, make sure it is on. When you press the trigger button, it triggers this flash right here. That's how these devices work. But when you have stuff like this, like a Sony version of a Godox trigger on a Sony body, shooting with a trigger that's also made for Sony, obviously everything is gonna work well. But these things get a little complicated when you add stuff like this Yongnuo Speedlight. This is just like a generic brand. But when you add this to the top of the camera, it works fine too. But if you want to use this off of the camera, then there isn't really a way of doing it. Unless if you use something like pocket wizards or anything, that's the only way to use it wirelessly. But you can do it wired if you have a camera like the A7R3, which has a PC sync port. So when it has a PC sync, okay, I almost destroyed everything. So when a camera has something like the PC sync port, then you can just plug it in here. You can just plug it in here, right there, and then you can plug this in to your speed light right over here, which has a port on it on the side. And now we just turn this on. So now when you take a picture with this camera, as you can see, it flashes it. But this is something you cannot do with the A7IV camera because it does not have a PC port on it. For some reason, Sony doesn't see the A7IV as like a professional photography camera. They see it as like an entry-level camera or something. So, I don't know. But this is an accessory that you can get, which is made by Pixel, right over here. And as you can see, it has a normal hot shoe on the top. On the front, it has a PC sync port, and at the bottom, it has the Sony's own hot shoe mount on there. So you can just take your A7IV. This is the original A7, but it works. So this is the original A7, but it works fine on the A7IV also. And we can just slide it on top right here, and then just lock it in. So if you have any flashes that are incompatible with your Sony camera because of the hot shoe on it, you can just attach this right here, and as you can see, now you can use them on here. Now this one already works on the Sony, so it's not really the best example, but this also allows you to be able to use this camera off the hot shoe. For example, if you have one of those mounts for your camera where you can have your, I'll put a picture up of it right now, but where you can have the flash on the side of the camera, then you can do stuff like this. So what you can do is that you can attach this cable onto the front of the camera. And it even has a lock on it, so you can lock it in, so make sure that it doesn't fly out while you're, trying to work with it. And then you can attach this to the side of the camera like how we did before. And now it works fine. As you can see, it works perfectly fine. And now this allows you to pretty much use any flash on the planet, because pretty much every flash out there has a PC sync port on it. You might need to get different cables. Like this one is just a PC sync cable. I believe this is a male version. So this is a PC sync cable, male to male, right over here. Just like this. So it has two of the same one, but you can also get ones that are like this. This is a 3.5mm jack and to a PC sync port. So I'll have links for all three of these accessories in the description below, so make sure to check it out. And I think this is an important tool to just have in your bag, because if you're out in a photo shoot and if you're going to one of these studios where you don't know what kind of flashes they're using, it's just good to have these just in case, you know, for some reason the flash is just not compatible with your camera. But anyways guys, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it was useful to you. I'll have link for all these in the description below, so make sure to check them out. And I recommend just getting one of these and just keep it in your bag, you know, just in case if anything goes wrong. It's good to have one of these just so you have a PC sync port. I wish the A7IV had it, but for some reason they don't put it in there. But anyways, that's besides the point. But anyways guys, I'm making videos about the A7IV every single day, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out tomorrow's videos, and you can check out my previous videos if you want to just learn more about the camera. You know, as I learn more stuff about the camera, I'm just making more videos about it. And if it happens where I'm wrong, you know, I make a video apologizing and I just like delete that previous video, because I don't want to spread complete misinformation out there. But you know, these things are complicated because a lot of this stuff is just not documented well. So as I'm learning stuff about the camera, I just want to share it with you guys so that you guys have the most up-to-date knowledge when it comes to this camera. But anyways guys, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video, and goodbye.